Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another Sporting160EN podcast, number 123, coming to you live after a frantic transfer deadline day. I feel like I say this every year, but probably one of the better transfer windows in recent memory, at least. A lot of shit happened, not only for Sporting, but world football. Anyways, getting back to the panel, starting off with my main man, Sam. Sam, how's it going, bro?
Yeah, good. I mean, I've just finished work. I've sat in this chair for like 8.5 hours straight, and probably going to be another 2 more. But, great to be here. Like you said, great transfer window all around. And yeah, we've got a lot to get into. You know, Famalicão, transfer window, Portugal. You know, but we're going to get through it all.
Facts. And last but not least, joined by my main man, Christian. Christian, how's it doing, bro?
I'm doing good. Tough game. We all predicted that we would get the streak, the black streak against Famalicão over with, but it lives on in infamy. But I think we at least can feel content or safe with the results of yesterday, and ready to attack these competitions, knowing exactly what we'll be working with now.
Facts. And 2 back-to-back huge games, which is great. But luckily, we didn't let anybody go to their national team, so that's even better, man. Let's go with the Twitter questions. Starting off with our with Tori. What is it? It's at her channel 17, Toriana. Shout out to Toriana. She has a few questions, but first question I'll ask you, Chris. Where you see, or I'll ask both of you, but Chris, I'll start with you. Where do you see Sporting finish this season, biased aside? Everybody knows my answer.
Top 2 for sure.
I agree. How about you, Sam?
Hopefully top 1.
Yeah, top 2. I think Benfica are definitely the challengers. Porto look like the underdogs, but Porto can still do bits. So I think probably the top 2. But no disrespect to Porto, but I think their team is probably the 3rd strongest at the moment.
I agree. Do you think we have the team to do something in the Champions League? Or what do you think we can do in the Champions League? Sam, I'll start that one with you.
Well, the group was definitely. Did we do the podcast after the group?
We did. It was that day. I think.
Yeah, that was it. Or was it? Or was it the day before? I don't think we.
No, I don't think we have. That's a good point.
Did we never talk about our group?
I don't think we did. Yeah,
it was the day before because it was we spoke.
Oh, we were previewing the draw.
Yes. So okay, for sure, group everybody should know, but the group Dortmund, Ajax, Besiktas, a doable group, favorable, could be worse. Could have the luck like Benfica and Porto with their draws. Porto especially, they had Liverpool, Atleti, and
Wolfsburg.
Third
or AC Milan.
No, AC, yes.
Yeah.
Benfica's was Barca, Bayern, and
Kiev.
Kiev. There you go. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead, Sam.
That's all right.
Dynamo Kiev. No disrespect. They're not just a city.
No, I just think I think anything below top 2 should be looked at as a failure. I think Dortmund should be number 1. They've got still a good team, even after selling Sancho. I can't claim to know a lot about their team at the moment, but they're always sort of in that realm of being a Champions League team. Besiktas always tough away game. Some good quality players are there as well. But do we have the tools to do it? I think so. Does Amorim need to change a few things? I think so, especially with Nuno Mendes going. I think it's definitely going to make the task more difficult, but I think we can get second. If not, I see us going on a lengthy run of Europa League. But hopefully we have the tools to at least finish second, get round of 16, and probably get pummeled by Bayern again. So, yeah, I think round of 16 or round of 32. I can't remember what it is. I think it's around 32.
Yeah, it's 16 in the Champions League.
16, yeah.
Oh, okay. 16, yeah.
How about you, Chris?
Yeah. I mean, I guess the expectation is to match club history, which is reach the knockout round that's only been done once. And I guess if we can pass one elimination round, that is making club history then. So I think either of those outcomes are I wouldn't say that. I would say that matching club history of advancing out of the group is probably expected based on the draw. Would be disappointing to finish third. Would be catastrophic to crash out completely. I think that's how I would rate the evaluation meter there.
Yeah, I don't know if it was you or Sam, or it could have been even Patrick that said it in our chat, and I 1,000% agree with it. Where you guys are saying, like, you can realistically see us finishing in any position in this group. Like, I can see us topping the group. You know, I can see us getting a result at home against Dortmund, maybe a draw away. I can see us losing both games. I can see us coming second. I can see us coming third. I can see us coming fourth, man. It's a good group to be on, where I think most of the groups we can see eye to eye against. It's not like I was mentioning, it's not like we have a Bayern or a Barca, but at the same time, like, I can, with that being said, I can definitely see us being in fourth because we're so evenly matched with most teams. I think we have to just beat Besiktas, and then, you know, we do what we can do with the other two. First game's against Ajax at home, though. It's gonna be an interesting one.
It'll set the tone for like what to expect. I feel like.
Exactly. I'm worried if we don't get the result we want at home against Ajax, it's gonna. I don't know. We're a young squad, man. I can see the nerves, like, even with the Famalicão game that we'll get into. I can see the nerves kick in the moment we go 1-0 down, sort of thing. So if we lose the first game in the Champions League, I wonder how we can maybe bounce back mentally. But let me knock on wood so that doesn't happen, so I don't have to find out those questions, you know? Next question from Toriana. She asks, does Amorim have to switch up his tactics this season, or playing the same way is fine? Okay, there's two more questions. Sorry. So switching up his tactics, what do you guys think?
I don't think he needs to switch. I mean, maybe he needs to switch up the personnel, but I don't think his tactics need to change.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think the only thing needed to change, which is technically the last question as well, is just that we needed more bodies, and that was a striker. But in terms of his tactics, I mean, if you look how many chances Paulinho missed, and I'm not putting it all on him, but if those go in, then everyone's applauding Amorim's tactics, you know. But I don't know. I think we're okay. Don't change what isn't broken. You know, a draw is not the end of the world. So yeah, I think we'll be all right.
I was waiting for that because remember when we were obviously in the same exact position on the Balassi Hesse Fernando deadline day, and they were like kind of trying to convince us that like each of them were actually a striker, but just in like different ways. I was waiting for the spin to be like Sarabia's like a false nine actually, but they didn't even try that shit. So thankfully, no one's not yet, at least. No one's.
Fernandes hasn't spoken in a while.
We don't know what the plan is for him, actually. Maybe they think he's going to be like a false nine. I don't fucking know, man. That would be crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Are we going to regret the last question? Are we going to regret getting another striker? I mean, like you said, maybe they'll spin Sarabia. Maybe they'll spin Jovan is actually.
Yeah, I'd say he's actually probably one of the more likely candidates to be the center forward.
Yeah. I feel like I'm scared. I feel like we will regret not getting another striker. It doesn't have to. I know we were floating around Slimani and stuff. It doesn't have to necessarily be Slimani, but anyone would have done at this point. But yeah, what about you, Sam? What did you think?
Yeah, I think we're going to regret it sooner or later when it comes to be an injury or just, you know, Paulinho may kick on at some point, but there's obviously a glaring hole in the team. And I mean, any look at Benfica, they have like 3 competent strikers who can get a goal anytime. Porto have 2 from the top of my head, but we don't realistically have a single one. So it's definitely going to come.
He's got like 0.75 total.
Yeah. Like we definitely should have kept like Pedro Mendes or Pedro Marques or just anyone, I think, because we've got 2. Well, we got Paulinho, who's a striker. Thiago Tomas is just sort of in the middle. So we're going to regret it.
Yeah, I agree. Next question comes in from Richard Neves at Richard_N7. How dumb is Fernandes for not calling Matheus Nunes to the national team, then doubling back and promising him a call-up in October because Brazil was like, yeah, we want him. Just call him up now instead of in a month. How How dumb, how lucky is Fernando Santos? Is my question.
Yeah, I mean,
Chris,
it's clearly because Matheus Nunes wants to play for Portugal. I mean, if he was undecided in any way, I think that he probably would have gone. But I mean, I guess he considers Portugal more his home, or he'd rather play for Portugal, or he thinks it's more convenient. He wants to have a career in Europe, long term. I don't know what went into the thinking, but yeah, I think that that's probably the main thing that is saving Fernando Santos more than anything is the player's desire.
I wonder how much of him wanting to play Ajax and Porto have to do with him not going to Brazil, Because I think if any other year, like COVID doesn't exist, he's taking that Brazilian call-up. I think he even said on the podcast that he did 2-3 weeks ago that was released at least. He's going to whoever calls him up first. So, I mean, crazy. Lucky man. Next question comes in from Creator at Creator with a 0 and a 90. They ask, we have a few loans, Vinav, Porro, and now Sarabia. Do you think we will be able to buy all these players and splash a lot of the Nuno Mendes money? I'll ask both of you, but I'll start with you, Sam.
Vinegar and Porro, yeah. Sarabia, I don't think stays either way. He's still relatively young, and I think he played a lot of games last season for one of the best teams in the world. It was a good loan deal to get him in, but there's no option to buy for a reason. One, I don't think we could afford the fee, and let alone his wages. But Vinagre and Porro, especially with if we get the Nuno Mendes money, seems like a certain, especially if we get some of the Champions League money as well, if we qualify or even get into the Europa League.
Yeah, we get like 16 million more. I mean, each win is like 2 or 3 million, right? So we win like 4 group stage games. I mean, we're talking bread. We're advancing 16 mil. It's like we can make like 30 more mil, just by doing pretty good, in the Champions League. So yeah, there's still money to be made out there for sure.
Especially because apparently we got rid of 10 million worth of salary in the players we got rid of during the transfer window. So they're obviously cleaning up house for a reason. And if they're going to splash out on someone else or just make sure they can afford everyone, I mean, the signs are there. So I think we will be able to afford them, just not Sarabia though.
Yeah, and just to quickly get, because I was just curious on his numbers, 37 games, 7 goals, 4 assists last season. 27 games in the French league, 4 games in the Champions League, and I believe he had, how many goals did he have for the Euros? I think 1 or 2, right?
2, I think.
2 goals in the Euros and an assist. Crashed out to Italy, the eventual champions in the semifinals. Was a starter, I believe, in like 3 of those games. So. Like I said, I'm excited, man. We're getting a stud in Sarabia. Yeah, next question comes in from Paul Rodriguez at Paul J. Rod. Should Sporting target Ivan Jaime or Jamie from Famalicão in January? I'm tired of him doing so well against Sporting. He's young, possible replacement for Pot. Creator saying easy deal, 6.5 for 50%, our traditional Famalicão discount. Got the goal against us, I believe, right? Got the goal against us.
Assist.
This weekend. Assist. I know.
No.
Oh, sorry. Maybe I'm thinking he missed. He missed a chance that was like, it seemed like it was going to be a goal. He did not score. Who scored for them? Oh, it was an own goal, right? It was Nuno Mendes' own goal.
Oh, yeah.
Right. But he almost got a goal at least against us. But yeah, Ivan Jaime, what do you think of him, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, I've always thought he's kind of annoying, like, just like the kind of player who's annoying to play against. I don't know how good of a signing he'd actually be for us right now. I mean, the deals with Famalicão are getting to the point where it's like their deals with Braga at this point, it's like the poison chalice, We'll just keep going back for more. I mean, I'm probably all set. We have a shit ton of wingers right now. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how he continues to develop this year, right? If he keeps taking a step forward, or if he, is like Edwards and he kind of regresses a little bit. So he's one to track for sure. I'll say that much.
I agree. I think he's in the top 3 in Portugal by this time next season. Next question comes in from our boy Nuno Gabriel. He asks, do you think Paulinho and Tite will hold us over until January transfer market, or do you think we'll have to dip into the B team and or the U23s for an extra striker, or do you think Sarabia will fit in like we mentioned? What do you think, Sam?
No, I feel like Amorim's too stubborn to call anyone else. I think if anyone does sort of fill in, it will be Jovan. But I don't see anyone from the B team or under 23 is ready to make that jump, even if it is sort of for a backup. But yeah, the only person I can think is Jovan to go in there, or even if he might trial, I don't know, another winger. I think he'll trial someone else before dipping into the B team. But yeah, it's difficult because we still won the league with Paulinho and Tite last year. So, but I think it's a different league now, and our team is getting sussed out a bit more, especially with Paulinho missing so many sort of one-on-ones and sitters. So, I think if we do lose a game in the league from here until January, it's going to be sort of alarm bells ringing, especially if it's against Porto as well. I feel like a lot of fans will start to not turn on Amorim, but sort of like question why a striker wasn't brought in.
I mean, they're already doing so. Like at least on Twitter, everybody's going mad that we didn't bring in Slimani. Is he even on a free? Like, is that for sure confirmed?
No, he played last game. He come off the bench and played like 15 minutes, and then I think it was a 0-0 or a 1-1 or something. But yeah, he's still contracted to Lyon. I don't know if they were ready to give him away on a free, but he definitely still played last game.
So yeah, so there you go. I don't know what the whining is about. I get that we need another striker. That's one thing, but I'm actually more so of even though I would love Slimani, and I think he would score some of the headers that Paulinho had a chance on. But I think I'm in agreement with you, Sam, where we're letting our nostalgia more so take in rather than our logic. You guys watched the Portugal game today, so if you guys want to mention it, go ahead. But next question from Nuno Gabriel is: are you guys Fernandes out or in? And Francisco da Silva saying out totally.
I've been out for a while. Yeah. I think
I've been out for a long time too. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know who they'd bring in, but I don't really trust them with that either. But
I feel like even though a lot of people don't like him, Conceição seems like a perfect fit because he's always like play for the badge, play for the shirt you're wearing. Yeah. Whereas like I feel like Fernando Santos like at half time just is like just quiet and doesn't say anything. I don't know. I feel like we need that sort of fire in the team. But then again, that means Otavio playing a lot more, so it's a lose-lose situation.
Yeah, all right. Next question comes in from Anthony Menez. He asks, Eduardo Quaresma had started the season well at Tondela. He had actually a stellar game against Benfica, unlucky on their second goal. Seems like he could have earned a place in the squad this season. Thoughts on whether he'll be a mainstay in the team, or is he simply not an Amorim guy? Chris, I'll give that one to you, dude.
He definitely had a place in the team. I just think that the place in the team was they figured it was more worthwhile to have him get regular minutes than be the 4th or 5th center back for our team. And I mean, if he keeps playing this well like all season, then he will probably play next year. It's pretty simple. I mean, I could see Fidal being his last year. I could see Inácio sold. Like, there will be spots open for sure. And if he keeps playing well, one of them could be his. It would be pretty cool to have Coates and then Inácio and Quaresma flanking him.
Facts. Next question comes in from Creator. Again, 1 out of 10. What would you rate our overall dealings, transfers in and out? We'll save that for later because I'm actually going to go through at least for the main team and then even some of the youngsters that we got in. But shout out to you, Creator. Next question comes in from Jordan Asika. 1, will Pedro Gonçalves be fit to start the Champions League tie versus Ajax? And 2, what style do we expect Amorim to play now with Sarabia joining, likely formation in which will be more threatening towards of Gonçalves and Sarabia. Sam, I'll up this one before even Champions League. Will Pedro Gonçalves play against Porto? What do you think, dude?
Come on, we know no one's injured. Like, or if they are, it's like a tiny little like bruise or something.
They are honestly like pretty savage with it though. Yeah. That they got them to do it, and then Benfica got Vertonghen out of the Belgium game today. It's like, damn, I get the Portugal national team. I obviously have influence, but they have influence like that in the Belgian national team. Sheesh.
Yeah, they're all starting against Porto. I will bet any money that none of them are injured.
Knee inflammation on Coates. Damn.
To be fair, I mean, he's gonna have to I get the South American thing because they'd have to quarantine and miss those 2 games, right?
Yeah, but it's people got to go and play the games, right?
Who they went?
Yeah.
You know, so it's weird. Like I get Coates because he would just be riding the bench for Godin and Jimenez anyways. So he might as well stay.
But it's like, are they going? Atletico could have important game, you know? It's like I feel like a lot of these guys could have an excuse, and then at the end of the day, it's like, all right, who's left here? Who do I got to even choose from, you know?
That's a good point. I don't know if that's just a Portugal rule, if that's a European rule, but I'm assuming, it's European. Right?
Yeah. I mean, it's probably like how it depends on if that country's on the red list, and it's like, I imagine probably a lot of the South American countries are just on the red list for the European Union.
Yeah. Facts. And then what style do we expect of Amorim to play with Sarabia? I'll even take it further a bit because I don't think the formation will change. But I'll ask both of you, Sam. I'll start with you. Our front three. What's our front three going to look like?
If I were to guess, I would say Pot on the right, Paulinho up top, and then Sarabia on the left. I feel like Jovan's probably the most replaceable one, and I don't mean that to sound harsh, but he is. Unless you take out a midfielder, if you take out Matheus Nunes and put Sarabia there, but I think Amorim likes Matheus Nunes too much. So I think he's going to start on the left side where Jovan has been, and then Jovan to come off the bench as like a super sub. So that's what I'm going to go for.
Fair enough. Do you agree, Chris?
Yeah. I was seeing some things. It was like Pablo, Pot, and Paulinho, and I was like, one of these, I don't know. I mean, pretty sure everyone was shitting on one of these 3, like aggressively, like
48 hours ago.
Yeah. Deservedly. Now it's like we're flexing our fucking front 3. You know, it's like, I don't know how like intimidating that is for other fans. Like Paulinho, they've got Paulinho.
Michael Fortuna bringing up a good point and I might agree with them. Where Nuno Mendes will battle with Vinac for the left wing back position because I think Amorim likes Reis more as a center back, and we're thin on center backs now.
Yeah, Plata really could never do it. I feel like Amorim tried to have him be the right wing back, and it just really never worked out. So yeah, hopefully Nuno Mendes can it'll work out for him.
Hopefully, Nuno Mendes isn't really that defensive though.
Because the left wing is pretty clogged now as far as his playing time is concerned, you know.
And Johnny asking, well, Nuno Mendes is going to be the odd man out. I think it might be Jovan. I think Ricardo's just saying that right now. Jovan is so inconsistent. Unfortunately, if Jovan was regular, she's best winger in the league for miles. I agree.
But Amorim loves Jovan though.
I mean, what's not to love about the kid? But then he goes missing too often, you know.
Yeah, he's not afraid to take him out. Well?
Tabata is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, Tabata's the lost man, dude. He's lost in the deepest roster we've ever had.
Honestly, which is a shame. Poor guy.
He's like 4th string at every position he plays.
A question on Tabata: do you think because it's this year that's coming up, are we triggering that buyout clause?
We activating that 15% more? I don't know.
Is it just 15 or is it 50?
I don't know what it is. I think it's like, isn't it like 10% at a time for like a couple of years until it gets to 50?
Oh, is it?
I think it's like
I think we bought 50 before because we had 10, then we bought an extra 40 when he had that really good like purple patch of form. And
can we get to 100? Or can we only get to like 80?
I think it's 100 we can get to.
Okay.
But I think we will, just because I feel like there's a lot more resale value in him anyway. He's young, Brazilian.
He has market. Yeah, I feel like he has more market than honestly like Nuno Mendes does probably, right? External market.
Yeah, I think so as well.
I'll save this question from Nuno right at the end, so we can transition to the obvious deal that we've been like talking about for a little bit. Rick asks, how has Sporting been able to acquire 2 of the top 3 FC Porto prospects this summer? Of course, getting Esteves earlier, now getting André Cruz, and sending top model Rodrigo Fernandes the other way around.
No one cares.
Nobody cares. I was gonna ask, what do we think about this? Because I didn't know too much about André Cruz, but he's looking like a top prospect.
It doesn't even matter if he's good or not.
We got rid of
Rodrigo Fernandes is gone, and like it's like if that move just happened alone, no one cares. And if it's like if this guy turns out to be pretty good, then win-win.
Yeah, I mean, I spoke to a few Porto fans, and they said they were pissed because apparently that guy's supposed to be like the next.
He's still 17 too. Like he's a far less mature prospect than the other guy is, Rodrigo. Right? He's like 20. He's getting to that age where it's like, dude, like it's time to play, like in the first team now.
And to be fair, of what I've seen of Rodrigo, for sure. Sorry, and what I've seen of Rodrigo, I'm not like all that impressed. Like the Europa League games that I've seen him play last season,
dude, I've never been impressed. And he honestly was struggling to get minutes like last season. I feel like at all.
And he's also not popular with the fans, which also never helps anyone in the Portuguese league at all.
Yeah, and also like he just only posts thirst traps, which is just like I don't know, like not. It's like I guess it's a recipe to get like female like fans, but like. As far as like the breakdown of most clubs, they're gonna skew male heavy, so like it's not gonna get you more fans by doing that. If you just looked at his account, you wouldn't even know he played for Sporting. It's just like this dude. It's just like this is just like an attractive dude on the internet. It's like now he plays for Sporting also somehow, allegedly.
Yeah, facts. All right, and then Nuno's our last question to transition it to the. Transfer dealings. In your guys' opinion, how did we make out of the Nuno Mendes deal, taking into consideration the value and loan we got in return, of course? So yeah, 7 million loan for the year, a potential 8 million buyout. It's not mandatory, but 40 million buyout. PSG can give us for Nuno Mendes, and then of course they're also paying all of Sarabia's wages. I think I've seen it in the chat earlier. So where is it here? Like 3 points.
It's like almost 8 million.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. There it is. 3.8 million euros after taxes would be about 7.6 million a year to keep them. So yeah, what do you guys think of the transfer deadline day bombshell? Chris, I'll start with you because you've been predicting this.
I mean, as far as Sarabia is concerned, I think that to be like a lot of our deals that have gotten like the players that we've been able to get, right? It's like it's obvious how we got them, right? And I think Sarabia was very close to a move to Atletico Madrid that like fell through on the final day. So that's how we even got it. Like Sarabia is a coup because like he's a really, really, really good player. Like I feel like that's why Sarabia is a coup. But it's like obviously our connections to the people involved with these Atletico Madrid and PSG allowed this even to happen and materialize in the first place. So that is pretty good. As far as like the transfer itself, I mean, I did not think that there was any shot that we would get above 35. I thought like 35 was probably the peak of what we were going to be able to return. So the fact that it's 40 leads me to think that this is a good deal. And then the 7 million loan fee convinces me that, barring anything incredibly unforeseen, that come next summer that 40 is basically a formality that is going to be activated. And also PSG are, running from the law always, as far as like cooking the books. So we're helping them do that as well. So I can buy that. And the 7 million is a fat enough loan fee where it honestly makes me very, very certain that that's going to happen. The one thing that remains to be seen is, as far as like, I mean, I have really no complaints about the monetary return. But I mean, there is the one aspect of these monetary returns that hasn't been revealed yet, which is like what percent of is going to get a cutout. And like, is this fee very inflated because like it's like the Vieira, what's his name? Fabio Vieira. He went to Wolves. I forget his name.
That was Fabio.
Vitinha?
No, the other one. The one with the long curly hair. Fabio Silva. Yeah. That was a 40 million euro deal too. And like, I think Porto got like 18. So is that the deal? I hope not. Right. And I think we might not actually end up knowing that until it's activated. Right. So we might have to wait a year to ever even know what percent is being taken until it actually happens. But yeah, I hope that that's not the case. I hope it's just our standard, 20% or whatever, which still sucks. But like, yeah, I hope it's not something absurd. And that's the reason why they did, like, because basically, if you think about it, right? So I think I just saw in the chat, yeah, it's basically 50 million euro deal, right? I mean, that's pretty good, right? That's basically what we got for Bruno Fernandes, I don't know if there's any incentives, and I think we get a future sale too. Like, I think it's a pretty good deal. It's probably one of the best deals they've ever done, as based on the information that's available.
Agreed. How about you, Sam?
What scares me is that it's not an obligation, it's an option. And we don't know if it's going to be an obligation after a few games. And we know Nuno Mendes is very injury prone, especially towards the tail end of last season. There could be a situation where he gets injured and PSG don't want to risk him. Like, anything can happen. And that does scare me. But on the face of it, the 40 million, like Chris said, it's like 50 million in total. The loan fee is big enough anyway that I think it makes sense, and there's obviously some financial fair play in going into it as well. Do I think it? The only reason why I'm not sure I'm satisfied is just he's probably one of the biggest like young players we've ever had in terms of like global like eyes on him, like called up to the national team at 19, linked to Man City, linked to Barcelona. Like, we all did the tweeting on the account last year. He was linked to like 20 different teams. So is 47 million enough for our best youngster of the last 15, 20 years? I don't know, but it's not the worst deal I've ever seen. There has been worse deals that we've made in terms of outgoings. So I think here's how I see it. If the transfer fee is done and like he is bought out for 40 million, then yeah, it's a good deal. But if it happens that he gets injured or something, then we're fucked, basically.
Yeah, and that's another thing I was going to say, because he's been so injury prone these last few years that, but he's young. That's the other thing that has me encouraged that they will spend the 40 million. But he has been so injury prone that if he doesn't play all the majority of this season, because who's their left back? I can't think of PSG's other left back right now. Bernat's left.
Or Kurzawa.
Didn't he leave? Kurzawa. Okay, he's washed. So, I mean, there's no to me, I don't think there isn't really a better left back than Nuno Mendes. As Ricardo was saying, he's already top 5 in the world. I mean, in terms of youngster, I can only really make the argument that like Alphonso Davies is better than him, right? So that's at least encouraging that they will pay that. To your point of, is 40 million enough for one of our top youngsters?
Bro, or what are you talking about?
Stop this, bro. Me and Luke Shaw have the same body type, bro. And the same stamina. But what I was saying, in terms of the 40 million, like, I don't want to get on Fernandes' back, because I actually do think this is a good deal. But it's like one of the best midfielders in the world currently. We only got like 55 million for him. You know what I mean? So it's on par with the sort of dealings we've been doing. The other thing that I've noticed, at least in terms of outgoings, I mean, you can see here a lot of free transfers, a lot of loans. In terms of market value that we've gotten, All right, 7 million from the loan fee, 4.5 for Max. This is just assuming we're seeing all of it, right? Like Kuno's agent fees.
It's about 15 million that we've brought in from all the other random transfers. It includes the piece of the guy who went from Tondela to Arminia Bielefeld, and it includes a bunch of other random transfers that we owned a future fee on. And it totals like 15 million. So now the 7, we netted like 22 immediately, and it could be, if plus 40 in the future. I think that as far as like Taparu's Buraks, like it doesn't look that bad financially if we can make a run in the Champions League. There's a lot of Buraks still to fill, but they could have a lot more money. Like they could be holding a lot more money come June 2022 than they've ever had in their hands at once.
Like what I was saying, like just even on the immediate, like looking at the transfer market, we're still in the positive. We spent 11 million in transfers. A lot of them were free transfers. Of course, we still could spend.
It's going to be 10.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And even Virginia, like we'll probably spend. What was his buyout? Like 3.5.
Yeah, I think some say 5, but I think it's 3.5.
Yeah. So 3.5 to 5. Like I still think we're gonna catch that. I mean, Matheus Oliveira ended up rescinding his contract. Even Neil, did we even loan him out? We did to who did Boavista just play? Zizella.
Yeah,
he's permanent.
Diaby, are we gonna get a? Oh, true. He terminated his contract. Diaby, are we gonna get money from him? No, he terminated. Bataglia, are we gonna get money from? Enrique, are we gonna get money from? Doumbia rescinded today, correct? Or yesterday?
No, he's loaned. He's got
an option to buy though. I think it was 3 million.
Yeah, he has an option to buy. I don't think Bataglia has an option to buy, to be honest.
Yeah, he's just loan.
He's just a dead weight, man.
Plata has an option to buy 10 million.
That's what.
Yeah.
That's
Which definitely will be
potential.
Heavily dependent on if they get promoted, I feel like. There's no shot they're dropping 10 mil if they don't get promoted. And he doesn't pop off,
The good thing is, I think he'll finally get the minutes that he wants and deserves.
For sure.
He's a talented kid. Like, we all like him here. It's just he's unfortunate to come into like one of the best fucking Sporting teams. I mean, we won the fucking league last year, right? Another big one that I want to know all your guys' opinion, because it's one that took me by shock. I don't know about you guys. Joelson going to Basel. And
Danny, click on him.
When
is his click on Joelson? When does his contract expire? Because he's on a 2-year loan.
You miss him? Oh, it's probably on the B team. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he's on the B team.
Hold on, I have it open on another window.
He's a 2-year loan, I think. What's his option to buy? I think it's about 10 mil as well, isn't it?
It's one loan and an option. We can call him back for free if he does well in the first year. But if we say, we're fine and let him go up for another year, then they can trigger an option, I think, of 10 million, which I don't think Basel have spent that much on like a single transfer. I can't remember them spending over like 10 million for a player, so it might be like a record fee for them.
When's his contract going till with Sporting, Danny?
It doesn't say here, at least. Let me see where it is.
Because did he
it
ever
just says he joined in 2021. Sorry, say that?
Did he end up renewing his contract?
I feel like he did.
Yeah, I feel like he did too.
Where would I see his contract here with Sporting?
Just Google like Joelson Fernandes contrato and like see if there's a recorded article.
But I think it's a good deal for him and also a good deal for us because I think we did have a buyback clause inserted, or at least a percentage of a fee.
Yeah, I think it's 10 or 15% maybe of a future sale.
There we go. So September 2020. Doesn't even say his. Muito feliz. Oh my God! Doesn't say like the fucking year, eh? It just said that we renewed his contract with a 60 million buyout or a 60 million.
So I actually saw something very interesting about this, and I'd be curious to see what you thought because that is identical to what just occurred. So maybe the years weren't renewed. It was just the salary raised and the buyout increased. And I mean, Nuno Mendes renewed his contract not that long ago, right? And the buyout increased and the salary increased, and presumably the agent got a fee. And then basically we're still just letting him go for 40. Like, the point of these clauses literally is pointless. Like, they serve no purpose. They are fake. Even if a buyout is triggered, sometimes clubs are like, we're still just going to keep him. It's not like he can automatically go if the buyout's triggered. So it's like when they renew and they only increase the buyout, I think it's like literally Sporting like laundering money to agents, basically, because nothing is happening except like the player getting more money and like the buyout increasing. So I don't really like. I think that there's like definitely like a sus practice going on there that like needs to be looked into, because yeah, I mean, do I disagree with letting Nuno Mendes go for 40 million plus 7? No, but like his clause was what, like fucking 70 or whatever. But it's like it's meaningless, you know.
It's also we couldn't get City to pay on it. Sorry, go ahead, Sam.
No, I was just doing my little research as well. So FC Basel's record fee for a transfer that they've splashed out is 5.2 million, which was last year, for a guy called Mateus Palacios. So it doesn't look like they have the funds to splash 10 million on Joelson. But just also a quick one, the 8th most expensive record signing is Andres Sporar for 3.8 million. So that was a fun fact to put out there.
Yeah, so they're saying 2023. That's when the loan ends.
So it's like, yeah, I think if we don't bring him back after next year, he's gone, you know?
Yeah. That's tough. I also did read that we have a re-buyback clause. So I'm not sure exactly on how that works in terms of
if his clause is 10, then what's the buyback? Like 15? It's like it kind of like assumes he's a superstar, but we get a discount on him, you know?
Exactly. I can't remember if I seen an option to buy like anywhere, to be honest, like how much that is. I've just seen that there is.
I've only seen like one tweet saying around 10, but I don't know like what the source of that is or like who even said that.
And I think we don't have a buyback clause. We have like a first refusal if you get sold, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay. So we can, it's like a restricted free agent in NBA where you can match any deal.
That's what I've seen on Twitter. So
but if like Man U offers him insane wages or whatever, would we gonna match that? No, you know.
No way. Exactly. All right, that's basically our outgoings and incomings. We went through most of them. I just had one question to ask you guys, and we're gonna slightly talk about it. We're gonna slightly talk about our rivals here. Let me bring it up real quick. And that's Lazaro going to Benfica from Inter. Where is the guy there? Right here. It's a loan with an option or a mandatory option to buy.
2-year loan, I think.
2-year loan, but on the second year they have to pay for it or something like that?
Yeah, I think it's mandatory on the second year.
There you go. So 7.5 million could go all the way up to 10 if I remember correctly. What do you guys think of this? And because obviously it's related to Sporting. What do you guys make of this whole dealing, and especially with João Mario going the other way?
The thing is that people are saying like it's cover for John Mario and like just to like sort of like balance out the books. But at the end of the day, if we go to FIFA, Benfica aren't going to be in trouble, because at the end of the day, they've just signed a player who was on a free. It's Inter that has the issue of paying the salary. I mean, paying the fee that we would have got. I mean, I think Lazaro is a good signing for Benfica. The right back spot for them has been a notorious weak link. So I think it's a good deal. It doesn't seem to be that huge amount of money. So I don't think it is related to John Mario, because I feel like if you're adding John Mario, which was like 7.5 or 8.5 they wanted, and Lazaro, which was probably be like another 8, it would be like 16 million in total.
But see, I actually thought of this exact thing too yesterday, because it didn't make sense in my head. Because it's like João Mario. So you have João Mario that they are basically you could say that they're using him as a shield basically to pay 7.5 or 8.5 million to Inter. Basically, they're laundering $8.5 million to Inter through Lazaro. But it's not like Lazaro is some wang where it's like he's just going to fucking disappear into the nether regions once he gets here. Like, he's in theory going to be the starting right back. Like, he has a market value of like 10 million or something like that. He's not just like some nobody, right? So it's like, seems like Benfica's getting like 2 and Inter's only getting 1, right? So it's like Benfica's getting the player, they're getting 2 players, and Inter's getting 8.5 million. It's 2 to 1, right? It's not a fair trade. But what else is Inter getting? Inter's getting spared having to pay us 30 million. So they're saving 30 million and then giving them a 10, 12 million euro player. So in the end, they're basically handing them a 12 million euro player for free, but it's not for free because in the end, it saved them 30 million. So they actually netted plus 18 million, you know? And that's what I think it is. I think that's like the fraudulent angle of the deal. Because none of that would have been possible if they didn't cut João Mari loose.
Do you think that covers them with FIFA, though? Do you reckon FIFA are like...
They've covered their bases as far as they're concerned. But the one thing is they Sporting did propose an official offer, and they just cut him loose rather than sell him for money. So that's the one thing that looks bad for them. So we got to hope that that's the critical detail. And the clause is deemed legal. But we just had that positive ruling in the Osasuna case like 2 weeks ago. So I'm thinking that the clause is legal, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to ask that. So do we have a court date? Thing was asking. Where is it? Johnny.
I don't know when
just,
the date
they've
is.
just
I
submitted. Yeah,
I think it's probably been
proposal.
submitted and it'll take like months to process, you know.
It'll be years before an official ruling is given.
Resolution
like,
is
Rafael Leao took like 2 years, I think.
And then there'll still be appeals as well on the
exactly.
result once it's deemed. They'll just keep appealing it. Like, let's say we win, like they'll still just appeal for another 2 years. So yeah, it's a long road, but I think we got a shot. And in the end, if it gets us 30 million, it'll be honestly worth like the 2 year or 3 year pain in the ass.
Facts. Just to end it off, just a quick summary. Under 23s, we got Quintana in from Roma. That Domingos Andrade guy from Angola. After that, from the B team, and of course on the under 19 team, I should say, we had Marco Cruz, Porto's young captain. From the B team, we got in Vandu Felix from Leixões. We had Kiko Felix from, what team is this again? From Felgueiras. And we also got José Marça, who I believe, you know, seeing how thin we are in defense, we'll be seeing him shortly. And then, of course, we already went through the A team. So let's go through the Famalicão game then.
Just a quick one. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Bruno Tavares and Rodrigo
Reggio
have left. And like that, Bruno Tavares is obviously like a
bad boy.
Yeah. So, I mean, I hope it goes well for him, but I can see him being like one of them, like, what if this player didn't do this? Or, like, yeah.
I mean, I've never been to Varzim before, but I've been to Famalicão, which is just down the road. Varzim seems like a pretty nice beach town, so plenty of trouble for him to potentially get in there. So they should have sent him like to the fucking like just like the bumblefuck Alentejo or something, you know. I don't know if Varzim is the best move for him.
Yeah,
but anything's better than Lisbon, I assume then. So that's the epicenter of problems that he could get into.
Fact. You bring up a good point, Sam, actually. Let me go through, we lost Antunes, we lost Lemor, Fernandes, we lost to a free transfer. Ilori went on loan with no option to buy. Plata went on loan with an option to buy. Pedro Mendes went on loan with an option to buy, but I think we have a buyback clause as well. Rosier went on loan, but with an option to buy, or with a mandatory buy. Pedro Marques, is that a mandatory or an option? I can't remember now.
I don't even know. I don't even know if there's an option on that one.
Fair enough. Bataglia, Eduardo Henrique, dead weight. Camacho did end up going to Belenenstad. I remember the last time we were talking about
that move was so low key. I thought it collapsed, and then it got like low key secretly announced, and no one like cared or like realized. for like a day.
Kalu on the wings.
Yeah, is Kalu signing, bro? I haven't seen anything about that yet.
I didn't see that either.
I think he did. I think
they got to get him in, bro. I feel like they're running out of time, bro. They got to get Kalu in.
I wanted to talk about Sporad. He finally did leave. Option to buy of 8.5 million. Not getting triggered, boys, and his Middlesbrough going up.
Yep.
No. No. I mean,
they're not going to go
straight back up 100%. And it's just, I think,
dude,
another
QPR looking good. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I doubt Fulham. They'll probably be missed. They'll probably finish exactly where they finished last year, which is like 8th, like 8 points off the playoffs, and Spora will score like 7.
If they couldn't do it with Plata, they're not doing it with Spora.
Luis Felipe going to Santa Clara. I don't know. Were we alive when we were talking about him? 2 years without playing like professional footy, coming off of ACL tear. What do you guys think of that? And is there an option to buy? I don't think there is.
I think there
Not
is.
Sure. There might be. I don't
think it's anything like. Don't think it's anything too expensive. But I don't know. It's a good move, I think, for him. Don't know how good it is replacing Carlos Jr., who was obviously on fire for them with Luis Felipe. I mean, a Brazilian for a Brazilian. I don't know if that's what they were trying to go for, I guess. But definitely big shoes to fill. But I wish him luck.
Same.
To answer the question to answer this chat question about Marseille, yeah, I think he's injured. That's why he hasn't played yet.
Mm-hmm. Fair. Yeah. And then Quaresma Tondela, we'll see. No option to buy. I think he'll be back next season in a good role for us. And yeah, that's it. And of course, Diaby.
That comment
with Marcel Kaiser.
Okay. This is there's no way.
It's a potential good hot take.
It's a potential good hot take, but there is no way. How many is Philippe scoring, bro?
How many is Paulinho scoring? That's the bigger question.
Paulinho under 10. Over under 10.5.
Over. I think he's going to get at least 10.
Okay, there's no fucking way Luis Felipe scores 10 now.
Honestly, I'm only saying he's over 10 because he's playing most of the games.
Yeah. But I mean, dude, I would argue that he could play all the games and he could still only score 7, though. You know,
Luis Felipe. Yeah, they don't have Europe
Paulinho, bro.
Paulinho. Yeah, fair enough. Nah, because he's due a goal every like 5 games.
Yeah,
maybe more.
He has
maybe every 7 games.
Loads of good chances. It's just that either the keeper saves them all, or he just skies them.
I feel like the keeper does. The keeper does make a lot of good saves on him. Like he does get fucked by that. Like he never gets one that like bounces through the goalie's legs. I feel like
that is true, but also we'll talk about Famalicão in a second. The fucking header he had in front of the net that he just fucking headed right to the fucking keeper. Come on, man, you can do better than that. And then he does sky it a lot too.
Gonna bet? Is he gonna put money down? Is he that?
Yeah, Juice Box. What are you saying, bro?
I mean, if I'm like Vegas, I'm setting the Luis Felipe odds as like over under like 4.5. And I mean, if Paulinho scores less than that, my guy needs like help, dude.
Quick question: Did Lincoln leave Santa Clara? Because if not, I think Felipe has a good chance of getting 7-8 goals.
Didn't they just shed their entire team like in the last week?
Just before their second fucking game against Partizan. Yeah, they did. Fucking morons.
That's why I feel like Felipe's gonna get like a good amount of burn.
Is he their penalty? Will he be their penalty taker as well? Do you think, Luis Felipe?
Oh my god, no way! They have that like they have that midfielder who's like the captain, right?
They didn't sell Lincoln, from what I can see. They've still got.
Did it?
I'm looking at the departures, and it still says he's still there.
Okay. Yeah, interesting.
Diogo Solomao, though, they did release him.
I think he signed for. Who did he sign for? Estrela Damadora.
Estrela,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, but Santa Clara also sold their keeper, right? Was it something? No, Gil Vicente sold their keeper to Zen.
Yeah. Dude, signed him on a free. Signed him on a free in
sold
June.
Him for 4.
Flipped him For 4 in August? Sheesh.
Not bad. Juicebox saying Luis Felipe will score 9-10 goals.
Oh.
So Juicebox, how much are you saying
damn.
Paulinho then?
That means Paulinho's going to score like 8 or 7.
Does this guy remember who Luis Felipe was? Like, I mean, he was not a bad finisher. But
El Matador.
9-10.
Dude, that'd be sick.
Shakhtar.
That'd be sick.
That's the
if he
second time
scored
I've seen
10.
Shakhtar
If he
in the
scores
comments.
10,
today.
bro, we're making bread off of him in the Ukrainian market.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because
Or
Santa
some-
Clara definitely can't make
Nah,
that bread
we
for
could
us.
sell him for like $5 million if he scores 10 goals.
Sell him to like Saudi Arabia, just like
Yeah.
somewhere.
All right, Juicebox, get back to us. What do you think Paulinho's scoring then? Let's go to the Famalicão game, and then we'll quickly touch on Portugal before ending it off with some Mudali Dodge. Sporting with our kryptonite Famalicão 1-1. Famalicão embodying what Stuval was for us in the first division a few years ago. Adananet, man of the match performance easily. Inácio Coates Fadal back in the back line. We had Isgaio, Nuno Mendes scoring an own goal on his last game for Sporting, potentially, of course. Palhinha, Mateus Nunes in the midfield with Pot, Paulinho, and Jovan up top. Substitutions of Nuno Santos, Porro, who looked great coming on. Bragança, Tiago Tomás, and Tabata right at the end. Sam, I'll give it off to you first, dude. What did you think of the game?
I thought this was probably one of the worst performances I've seen since Amorim took over. I'm looking back on like last year, and I know there was a draw to Rio Ave in there, but in that game I thought we dominated. We were just unlucky not to score. With this one, Famalicão in the first half were just the better team, and I think even the second half they were the better team. They could have scored at least 4 or 5, and they had so many opportunities. Luckily for Adan being in net, who was just in the form of his life, and I mean their goalkeeper was good too, but I think Adan. It shows how good he actually is. I feel like Dan goes a bit under the radar with some Sporting fans.
And we questioned him last year a lot because it's just like he wasn't facing enough shots to form an accurate judgment. It's like these teams are getting one chance and it's like going wide. It's like how are we supposed to evaluate the goalie? But he's
And then that one game
shown.
against Belenenses Stade was horrible.
He has shown that he's actually a pretty good goalkeeper and not just we're not conceding chances.
Yeah, but overall, I generally thought that Famalicão, especially the first half and a bit from like the second half to about the 70th minute, deserved to win. They were the better team. They were outplaying us, what I think anyway. Fadal and Inácio, I feel had a bad game. Coates was non-existent sometimes. As Guy who got a yellow card in like the first 5 minutes, which I think ruined the game. The referee was very yellow card happy as well. I just think I don't know if it's like a mentality thing that is Famalicão or Famalicão just definitely do play better against us, but I feel like there's that mental block we need to get over, and the fact it didn't happen this time is annoying. I just don't know. It's really difficult. Paulinho was bad. He had so many chances to score and missed so many. It was such a poor performance all round, apart from literally Adan. Pedro Porro came on and we were great. Obviously, Paulinho got the equalizer, which was a good finish, but definitely needed to be a lot earlier. And I thought it was going to be one of them games last year where we equalized and then we score in like the 90th minute with like a Coates header, but not to be. But Paulinho got a yellow card early as well, and he probably should have picked up another yellow at some points as well. Very lucky, I thought.
There was 2 challenges in there that deserved more of a yellow than that first one, because that first one was all ball. But I agree. Yeah. Seeing that first one, he should have got a second one on one of those challenges.
This referee was awful for both teams.
Horrible.
I thought even Famalicão were getting robbed. We were getting robbed. He didn't have control of the game, and I feel like he just wanted to give yellow cards for no reason. Like the first foul of the game, the first 2 fouls for Famalicão and Sporting both resulted in yellow cards, which never happens. But it was just really, really bad performance. We need to step it up. Hopefully, this international break gives us a bit of rest, gives a bit of like what's the word? A bit more energy when we come back. The sale of Nuno Mendes definitely going to hurt the team, but I don't think he played too well. Inacio had that ball cleared off the line 100%. I don't think there was communication between him and Nuno Mendes, which, I mean, it does happen, but it shouldn't. But it's sad to see Nuno Mendes go on an own goal.
I think that maybe they could have actually saved it if they didn't like clear it off each other. Like I think if Nuno Mendes wasn't there, I think Inacio might have actually saved it.
Yeah, 100%. But other than that, I feel like we were lucky not to lose at some points. Adan was fantastic, but we need to be a lot better than we were against Famalicão against Porto.
Agree. How about you, Chris?
Yeah, I agree. I think that we were like it was actually one of the few games where like there's not too many games where we play where like we like could easily or deserve to get battered. Like they had so many freaking chances. Like in the first half, like in the end of the game, like I'm looking at the expected goals and I see it's 1.6 versus 1.5. Like in the end, I actually can see how that is because like I would say Famalicão was probably on top for like 60 minutes and we were probably on top for like 30. But like they definitely had the better of the chances for sure. But like we definitely like put them under pressure at the end, pushing for the equalizer, which I honestly like didn't really even feel like it was coming that much, and then it just kind of did off that corner from Paulinho, who like again another goal, but not a banger, and honestly like not a good game overall either. Like that's a 5.7 because of the goal. Like that's probably a 4.9 without the goal. You know, it's like it's not a good Paulinho game. I thought he was actually very poor.
How much of that comes from him being conditioned from the start? Because I agree with you.
That's true too. Yeah, that's true too. Yeah. One of these games he's gonna get thrown out. It's coming. It's so inevitable. I don't think he has yet, but it's so inevitable.
What are you saying? Like a banger? What do you mean? Like a red?
Getting a red, either a double yellow or
especially after everything that happened last season.
Yeah, for sure. And then I guess it's poor. I mean, it's not good enough. We never controlled the game from the beginning. I think Amorim said that. Like it was bad from the beginning. Like Jovan, Gonçalves, Paulinho, like none of them had good games. Awful. Paulinho probably the worst of them, and like
him and Pot for me. I feel like Pot was invisible the whole game.
Yeah, Pot was invisible. Paulinho was in your face bad. Paulinho was in your face bad because he was involved. Pot was just bad because he didn't do anything or get on the ball at all. The one good thing I will say was Porro. Like he's got to start the next game. He was electric. He was honestly like one of the only good aspects of this game. He created like 5 chances in like less than 30 minutes. Not to shit on Esgaio, but like I think Esgaio's performances have looked like that.
He's too defensive as well, but Porro always adds something on the attack.
Porro gives us more. Porro gives us more overall. And Esgaio as your backup is a fucking luxury. And honestly, I feel like Esgaio can also be like the utility outside back now because, as we talked about, you can invent a little bit and put Nuno Mendes there. You can put an absolute liability, Mateus Reis there. But honestly, I feel like Esgaio on the left he seems more willing to like switch sides. So he could just be our utility outside back. I think that might be the best role for him because I think we kind of slept on Porro a little bit because as first couple games, Esgaio's been very good, so we don't need Porro. He's got like 8 successful crosses in his first game. Like we're good, but I think his performance has leveled out a little bit, and I think Porro is. I think it should be Porro in the next game for sure. And to be honest, like we've seen the same thing happen with Rinag. Up and down performances. Like it's not like this guy just is gonna sit there now. Like he could threaten the starting spot on the left, if Vinag is in a string of poor performances because he's still young and developing as well. So I mean, I think the ideal situation is that low-key happens and then Vinag doesn't hit his games and then we can have a decision to make. Otherwise, if we just keep starting him, and he's playing okay, we're not going to have a choice in the 10 mil because it's just going to be mandatory if he plays whatever. We still don't even know how many games it is, 20, 25, 30. But, like, if he's playing every game as the starter, like, he'll presumably hit it. And if it's not that convincing, it's like we don't really have a choice on it now, you know?
Facts. You guys hit the nail on the head. Not a lot of causes in the game either I can think of. The only question I asked due to form, but it's a big game, so I'm pretty sure we're all in agreement. Next game, Paulinho, after what we've seen against them against Famalicão, do we start Tiago Tomás instead? Or Jovan?
No.
Or Jovan. I corrected myself right at the end.
Yeah, we should.
No, I don't think even Jovan. A lot of people are saying that Paulinho will get better with Sarabia, and I hope that's true. I mean,
What?
it makes sense on paper.
What is that? How is that going to make him better? Like,
The thing is, Paulinho,
he got good service in this game.
I mean,
That's
that is true.
but he also, I see the argument where Paulinho does, he's like a Harry Kane, where, like, obviously he just doesn't score like him, but where he comes deep to collect the ball and, like, help out, and then, you know, maybe we can have him trailing in or something. It's just he doesn't put those chances away. That's the only
maybe he low key, you know, like the like a 4-4-1-1. Maybe he's like a support striker and he's not good on his own. I don't know what the deal is, but whatever it is needs to be fixed because, dude, he's our fucking base. Is he our record signing?
Yeah, by a long shot as well.
Yeah, dude, he's our record signing. Handpicked by our superstar young manager. Like,
by the way,
has to work.
The only person second to him is Bas Dost, who in 3 seasons scored like 100-something goals.
And still got shit on for being ass, deservedly at times. And he still bagged 100 goals. So, yeah, get scoring, bro, or they're going to run you out of town.
He also got shot on for, like, getting 100K a week. He's also deservedly fair.
What's this guy on? I bet it's not that little.
He's probably one of the highest paid.
Yeah, he's probably top.
Probably like Coates, and he's probably somewhere
top
underneath.
like 7, top 6. Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, maybe top 3, top 4. I'm thinking Coates, Padinha. No, Fidel might be getting banked. Actually, thinking about it, and they're done too.
And low-key, like, Battaglia and Renan are also, like, up there.
Yeah, they're not making fucking 1.3.
Laurie, you know. Yeah. So the list is not what you expect the list to look like. It's definitely not based on merit at all because Inacio's renewed his deal like 3 times and he's still only making like 600K, I feel like.
Not bad for a kid, bro. Fuck.
Not bad for a kid, but, like, I'd be pissed if it was a third of Elordi, though.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, just keep with Paulinho, I reckon. He does get the chances. It's just the finishing is the issue. He gets in the space, which is good. It's just that last final shot or touch or whatever that happens. I don't know. It might be a confidence issue. Like we said before, he's the highest paid player, probably in the back of his mind. He's not a popular figure amongst sporting fans at the moment. And we know some of them could be a bit harsh, especially on Instagram. I think he still had his comments off.
He also, like, isn't, like, super, like, outgoing and stuff to, like, make us, like, you know, like, fall in love with his, like, charisma. He's not that type of guy either. So it's, like, the only thing for us to latch onto is his performances, you know? So if they're not there, there's just hate.
He needs to do Rodrigo Fernandes thirst traps so we can all sort of appreciate him. Or Sporar with his dogs. Get like a big fluffy dog.
Yeah, like anything, dude. Sporar is awesome, dude. Sporar also, like, yeah, he puts his life out there, so, like, you feel more connected to him, at least, even if he's not, like, talking. You, like, at least feel like you, like, know what he's doing.
I feel like he tried to first. I remember he put a picture of his family, and I think after you had a bad game, loads of people, like, shat on his wife. Like, jeez, that's why he restricted comments, because they were, like, giving, like, really bad comments to his wife and stuff, which
is embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm saying dogs are hit or miss, bro. I remember we ran William out of town because all he would do is post about his dogs, bro. He also rescinded his contract, so fuck that guy. But I'm just saying, like, before he rescinded it,
his dog was great, dude.
I can't believe people actually cared about that shit. It's like, it's Instagram.
Yeah.
It's like, who cares?
He was low key on the Rodrigo Fernandes wave, where like if you looked at his profile, you wouldn't know he played professional footy for Sporting. You know,
Yeah.
that was always the vibe. So the way it ended was, I guess, kind of predictable.
Facts. All right, man of the match.
Well.
Sorry.
I just want to say, Rossi is Instagram when he first joined, wearing like Gucci and like designer stuff. Get Paulinho on that as well, like the designer clothes.
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious, dude! If he just started flexing like exclusively, like on his Instagram. I was dressing the way Rozier dressed.
That would be
wild. That would be wild. I don't think Pauline could pull half of that shit off, bro.
I know, dude. You better start banging him in before you start doing that shit.
Facts. All right, guys. Man of the match for this game, and then we'll talk quickly about Portugal.
It's a Dan. There is no one else, I think.
Yeah.
Just to add to that, if you're wondering where the predictions are, none of us got a single point. So it's exactly the same as last year. We all predicted win,
Right.
and no one predicted Paulinho to score. So it stays the same.
Stays the same. And who's on top? Is it Steph still?
Yeah. Steph and
Steph with 9 points, right?
I think are joining 9.
So are we gonna predict the Porto game?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I don't think we're doing.
Nando didn't vote as well last time. I did push him for a vote, but he didn't give one in the end. So I'll just say his is null and void as well.
I mean, nobody got points, so it doesn't hurt.
True, but before the game, I was like, I'm just gonna put it down as a draw or like as a loss, and put like a Famalicão scorer. You might have got a point, but
yeah, you might have got a point if you did that, dude.
we'll just go null and void.
Fair. Yeah, agreed. Azan or even Jaime, because he was.
Or Porro. Those are the only two for Sporting that I like their performances, and Porro was only like 20 minutes, so I'll go Azan.
Yeah. All right, next game. You guys take it away. I did not watch a single minute. Portugal beat Ireland 2-1. Are we top of the group still? No, we're second.
We are because Serbia didn't play today. So we have 10, they have 7 in a game less. So
fair.
I didn't watch the game. I was still working, so I didn't get a chance to watch it either.
All right, Chris. That's you, bro. Take it away, man.
It wasn't good. It looked like a lot of Portugal games that we've seen where there's just like not much going offensively. Ireland was pretty content with that, and they really didn't look that threatening, except they had a couple chances in the first half. They did absolutely nothing in the second half. Offensively, they did. They just were content to sit back. So the Ireland goal wasn't really a shock when it came. It was more just like a damn, like this is really going to be that bad. It's not going to be normal bad. It's going to be really bad. So yeah, I mean, it's crazy that it ended up working out that well in the end. Ronaldo, ridiculous. Missed the PK, missed the fucking record, and I was gonna be like, oh damn, the record is gonna fucking keep haunting him for like the next fucking 5 games. All we're just gonna worry about is like Ronaldo keeps missing these chances for the fucking record. So yeah, dude, he just obliterated the record out of nowhere. Clear. And yeah, I mean, Ireland, bro. It's just that's gotta be devastating. I mean, if they win that game, they can think that maybe they are like on the fringes of maybe being able to think about making a run at the playoff. But now it's just like you're probably fucked. And that all changed for them in about a span of 5 minutes. So unlucky, lads.
Unlucky indeed. Our next game against Qatar, is that so that's a friendly. I see.
Yeah. Because I think we have like one of the odd numbers or whatever, so
yeah, we only have 5 teams in our group. I just wikied it right now. So
that's why Serbia didn't play, because every match week there's going to be one team that's sitting out playing Qatar, basically.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense then more now why we got rid of Inacio. What's the point of him just playing the friendly? It's not like he would play against fucking Ireland today anyway. So.
There is a third game, though, on next week, I think. Right?
Yeah.
We have
a 2-week international break, so we're on. We have to
So so feel free to not play Palinha in any of these games. By the way, Palinha started, was happy. He didn't play that well, and feel free to sound off in the comments. That's a fucking penalty kick. He committed a penalty kick. The announcers kind of were like, "Oh yeah, I don't remember who it was. One of the Ireland attackers is off balance already. The ball's coming in. This dude is free in front of the net. He's like 8 yards out, and Palinha plows through his back 1 second before he shoots the ball, like 8 yards out, like in front of the goal. And the ref there was like a stop, and he was hearing it in his ear, and they didn't even look at it and just said play on. But I mean,
Wow.
for me, I do not understand how that wasn't a penalty kick, which would have been like 2-0 Ireland, death blow. Bad game for Palinha. Feel free to not play him anymore for instance. He doesn't need those minutes, especially in a friendly. Fuck that. You should be playing then Mateus Nunes in this friendly to get him like permanently locked in. But we're not even doing that.
Friendlies don't count though. You can dispute friendlies.
Oh shit! And like this, I was gonna say Ronaldo get your record in this game, but one, Qatar's actually pretty fucking good, probably better than Ireland is anyways. And two, we don't have to worry about that nonsense anymore. So Ronaldo can sit now, and it doesn't matter, you know.
Yeah. Random question I just remembered. I was gonna ask you guys: do we get anything for Ronaldo joining Man U?
No.
Because we already got the money, right? Do you keep getting?
Because that's what I'm saying. Like obviously we got when we sold him to Man U. We got some money when they sold him to Real. And correct me if I'm wrong, 2 years ago we got something when he went to Juve.
It's because United we had a sell-on fee from United. United had a sell-on fee for Real Madrid. So when Real Madrid sold him to Juventus had to give Man United some of the money. Then in case went to us. So, but because they signed him, they don't really get a sell-on fee anymore. So we get nothing.
Got it.
I believe.
Oh, Michael's saying we got $300K from him, but not bad.
It wouldn't make sense. I maybe, but I thought it was nothing because United didn't have a sell-on fee from Real Madrid.
From Juve.
From Juve.
That's from Real. Okay. Interesting.
From Juve. Sorry, yeah.
Interesting. Cool. Sorry, this is a random question. Qatar, feel free not to play them. Azerbaijan, feel free not to play them. What do we think of the Azerbaijan game?
If we play like shit and heavily rotate the team, we will literally be guaranteed to lose to Qatar. Because Qatar's actually pretty good, and they're going to be trying because like they're like trying to like I feel like get their shit together. They just played really well at the Gold Cup. Like, I don't know. I think that the Qatar is actually pretty good. Like, whatever group that they end up being in, like, I feel like they're a threat to advance. Especially in, like, a group that has, like, two teams that are, like, favored and then they're the third team. Like, I definitely think they are a major threat.
And Ronaldo is definitely playing against Azerbaijan because he always scores against them.
Oh, yeah, facts.
Dude, thank God Lithuania is not in our group, bro. He just can't stop scoring against Lithuania. He decimates them every time. I think he has like 8 goals against them in his career in like 3 games.
Yeah, Serbia playing Luxembourg. Maybe the Portuguese people in Luxembourg can get us something.
Dude, Luxembourg's nice now, bro. That's the third team in the group. It's not Ireland. Ireland's 3 games, 0 points. Ireland's cooked. It's Luxembourg that is the third team in this group. So make of that what you will.
Who's in third though? Azerbaijan's in third with 6. The other 2 have 0. No, sorry, Luxembourg. Sorry.
Yeah.
You're right. Who did they beat? Ireland and Azerbaijan. Okay, let's go Luxembourg. Do it for the Tugas back home
against Serbia. That's going to be a huge game. Serbia, Luxembourg.
Yeah. Even a draw would work for us. You know, they're on 7 points. They'd get 8.
Yeah. We actually, as far as Portugal is concerned, definitely rooting for a draw on that one.
Oh, for sure. At least. And then, Chris, Canada, USA. No, sorry, USA, Canada, I should say.
Is that this weekend?
That is next weekend. I think this weekend Canada play tomorrow Honduras. When do we play you guys? Yeah, Sunday, the 5th. United States, Canada.
Damn, bro. This is it. Is this the Hex?
This is the Hex now.
Oh shit!
I think it's more than it's the Hex. Yeah.
So you guys
'Cause
got out of that group with all those Caribbean islands. Good shit.
Thanks, bro. First time in a long time.
Damn. Wait.
Bro.
So who are the final six? Who are the final six then?
So I know we play Honduras, and then after that. So hold on. Just a quick side note, guys.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of our followers are Canadian or American.
From you, Canadian and American, exactly. So it's Canada, Honduras, Panama, Costa Rica, Mexico, Jamaica, El Salvador, USA. Because Canada play Honduras on the second.
I'd say the only change from the last Hex is it's Panama out, El Salvador in. Oh, and Canada too.
No, Canada's in. El Salvador. No, Panama's in. Panama, Costa Rica.
No Trinidad. No Trinidad as well. No Trinidad.
No Trinidad. No Haiti. I think Haiti was in last time, if I'm not mistaken.
Damn. Yeah. All right. So all these games matter now. We're finally at that point where the World Cup qualifying games are for real.
That's real.
All right.
With the Hex, I believe it's top 2 make it, and then the third go to a playoff.
No, it's top 3 make it,
and the fourth go to
fourth goes to a playoff. Yeah. So the U.S. managed to not qualify at all out of that. They finished in 5th.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy thinking about it. But let me just say, USA, Mexico, top 2. Canada, we're sneaking in that third one. Costa Rica.
Dude, remember when Panama got in on the final day? They went to the World Cup automatically. They're fucking. That was crazy. That could be you, dude. That could be you guys.
It could be.
The streets of Toronto. Would the streets of Toronto be mayhem if that went down, or is the fan base not following?
I'm going to look right now for tickets for tomorrow because maybe I'll watch tomorrow's game against Honduras here. Maybe.
You should go, bro. Why not?
If I can get some friends to come with, I'll probably go. We'll see. Yeah. Anyways, sidetracked. Predictions against Porto, boys. Oh, actually, sorry, modalidades. Just quickly, the ladies won the Supertaça. I don't know if anybody watched that game. I didn't, but I seen the highlights afterwards. Brenda, what's her last name? Perez with a goal, and what's the first?
The second goal was some really bad goalkeeping.
It was horrible. First goal was Diana Silva crossing it into Perez. Beautiful goal. Beautiful girl, by the way. Perez. Oh my god. I seen Locuj. Was it Locuj or was it Mundo Leão? One of them were simping over her, bro. But yeah, the ladies won the Supertaça 2-0. Huge win. Big confidence boost. Good for for Mariana, who came in as a coach. Gets off to a winning start against Benfica, so that's huge for us. Some Paralympic winners. The dude from shot put, I forget your name. I know he won a medal, and then the American dude, who out of nowhere is linked to Sporting, won a gold medal in the Paralympics.
Linked to Sporting? Saying he's an athlete of Sporting.
I'm saying linked because I don't see one single thing with him in a Sporting gear. So, guys in the chat, let us know, man. How long has he been signed for Sporting? Because this is it's a little questionable on my end.
Dude, they probably gave him like a 1,000 euro like training stipend or something. I don't.
Hey, but shout out to him. If you want to explain everything on how it went down, feel free to come on the podcast, man.
Facts.
I forget his name, but feel free. Yeah, so let's go to prediction time. Next game in the 11th. It was announced not that long ago. Your boy may or may not be watching that game live. We'll see. Sporting Porto, Clásico. What do you guys think? Predictions, and what do you guys think of the game overall?
Ooh, I feel if we go in like we did against Famalicão, we're taking an L. But I want to say that hopefully with a lot of the team rested, bar Paulinho, who'll be playing in the friendlies and qualifiers, that we should definitely be better. But I'm also going to go for a dark horse result here. I'm going to go 3-0 win. And I'm going to go Pot, Paulinho.
Did you just say 3-0?
Yeah, I'm going for it.
I love it.
The only time I bet on a football match this year was Portugal versus Hungary, and in the Euros, and I bet 3-0, and everyone laughed at me, and it happened. Especially when we were like 1-0, we're 1-0 up in like the 70th minute as well. But anyway, I'm gonna go 3-0, Paulinho, and let me go Inacio. It's gonna look so stupid. It's gonna be clipped so much.
How is Paulinho gonna score?
Probably like a tap in, like a rebound of someone's shot. I was gonna say bicycle kick, but yeah, I'm not taking it too far. No,
I'm gonna go with.
Fuck it.
I'm gonna be more pessimistic, as always. I'm gonna go with a 1-1.
That's what I was thinking. Okay.
Luis Diaz from their end, and on our end, Palinha is gonna continue his hot streak. No, let me revoke that. Matheus Nunes. He loves a big game.
Last time you revoked a goal scorer, they went on to score. I just want to point that out, Danny, in the Braga game for friend Sergio. So you might want to change your mind again.
Fuck, that's right. No, Fran Sergio didn't score, did he?
He did.
He did, yeah.
Oh, he did. Fuck.
Because you changed it at the last minute. Because I think Chris.
Okay, but hopefully I'm still right. But it's like 2-1 or something for us, you know.
Are you gonna go with 2-1? You're gonna go 1-1?
No. I'm gonna go with a 1-1 because I'm pessimistic as fuck.
Okay.
Hopefully I'm wrong. I probably am wrong.
I was thinking 1-1 also, but since you went 1-1, I'll go 2-2. Because didn't we tie them 2-2 last season actually?
Yes, I think Sporar got an assist on the last goal.
Vieto, bro, scored.
Oh, Vieto, that's right. I just seen him with fucking Mateus Pereira. I totally forgot they're both at Al Hilal together.
Dude, what a duo!
That's crazy.
I'm gonna go 2-2. For them, I'll go Tony Martinez. Seems like he's kind of on a hot streak. And Pep off of a set piece. And then for us, Pot and Coro. He's gonna score.
I like that. Free kick or what?
No, he's just gonna get a through ball in. He's gonna cut in, and he's just gonna rip one.
I like that. All right.
He's got a little banger in him. He's proven that he has the banger in him already. It's not just us suspecting / projecting that he has the banger. We know that he has the banger.
Palinha has a banger in him, bro. He showed us last year he has a banger in him, bro. Come on. Sarabia, he gets minutes this game?
No.
Maybe off the bench. I don't think
he's gonna be on the match.
Because I think he has played for PSG.
But he's gonna be with Spain though, yeah. So he can't even get to training right now for this week, you know. So I doubt it, to be honest. Short week, new transfer, big game, doubt it. But maybe.
Sure. Poto probably starts. Vinag definitely starts. Dave, by the way. All right. That is 123 in the books. We'll see you guys next time for some 2 big games, Porto and Ajax. It's been real, guys. Be sure to follow us on Twitter. You know the drill by now. Sporting160_EN. YouTube, Sporting160EN. Insta, Sporting160EN. All that good stuff. Facebook, Sporting160EN. Shout out to everybody in the chat. You guys were sick today, as always. Yeah. See you guys soon. And Viva Sporting. Cheers.